Well, these were taken actually by the New York Times about a month or so ago. They're tearing down the factory finally where he worked, where tens of thousands of people worked over the years, and it was kind of an emotional moment just being there and thinking about all that we've lost in this country, how we've allowed a few people at the top to get filthy rich. And I mean, those guys that were testifying today, one of the Ford chairman is making something like $22 million a year, and his company lost $2 billion last year. The GM chairman's making $15 million a year. His company lost $39 billion last year, and he's rewarded with a $15 million payout. I mean, this is just absolutely insane. But I'll tell you what it really has proven to me, Larry, is that these guys, for all that stuff they've been telling us all these years about go capitalism, free market, free enterprise, they don't believe in any of that. They don't believe in free enterprise or free market. They want socialism for themselves. They want a handout and a net for themselves. To hell with everybody else, but give it to them. And I think really what we're seeing here right now with them, with the banks, we're seeing the end of capitalism. The end of capitalism as we know it, and I say good riddance. It hasn't helped the people or the planet.
As Mel Brooks once classically said, where did we go right?
% of the national income had been spent on the war. This year, the cost of the war had meant 126 quid per head of the population. Now that gives us something to think about. We all know that this war has cost thousands of millions of pounds. And the great mystery is, where did all the money suddenly come from? In peacetime, there was never any money for vitally needed projects for the good of the nation. But when there is a war, as if by magic, the money suddenly becomes available. Well, why is that? Because the big bosses control the money. They control the banks, which control the flow of money. It's mostly debt. That's to say, it only exists on paper. But they can juggle about with it as they please. In peacetime, they don't think it's worth their while to release more money. Profits can often be made better when money is tight. Scarcity means high prices. Poverty of the millions means millions for the profiteers. That's why they've always arranged things so cutely, so that the poor stay poor and the rich get even richer. But when this war came along, first it was a big opportunity for making even greater profits. And secondly, it was in fact a war for the extension and strengthening of the capitalist system. Okay, for such a good cause, the money was certainly forthcoming. Last year, according to Halifax, they took 70% of the people's money away to pay for the war. That was excellent business. This year, every man jack was fined 126 quid. That's what it amounts to. Taxes have never been so high before. Money was mobilized to win a total victory for capitalism. And now we've nearly won that victory. But before we win it, mates, let's think over for a minute what we workers could have done with that money had we had it in peacetime. The money was there. It was always there. It was ours. We made it. But we couldn't get hold of it. If we could have turned this country of ours into a place where poverty and need was impossible. But when we've won, we'll go back to a land of poverty and need. Halifax said so. And we've been warned often by others that this will be the case. There will be poverty for the people because capitalism will be on top. That is the victory that we are winning, workers. But we can change it. We can change it into a socialist victory by asserting our rights now, by putting a people's government into power. Then the money will be there, earned by the people, to be spent by the people, and for the good of the people. Workers, take action now to win a socialist victory and to crush the capitalist plans for reaction. Action for socialism, and then the victory shall be for progress.